All right, welcome to the final draw here of the round robin of the 2013 U.S. Junior National Championships. I'm Chris Seslick here with Derek Corbett and Stephen Dropkin. Before we start, we'd like to thank our gold sponsors, Dunkin' Donuts of Lexington, Whole Foods of Wayland, and Brooms Up Curling Supplies.
Thank you.
Derek and Stephen will be giving the play-by-play analysis, and I'll be keeping track of the other sheets. We've got Sweet versus Ely here on our featured sheet. We've also got Dunham Hodick and Wright Peterson, both of which have implications for the playoffs on the men's side of the draw.
Hello everybody, welcome. We have feature game Sweet and Ely. Both teams are eliminated from the playoffs, but definitely, hopefully they'll play a good game and we can watch some great curling. So, pretty open end for the first end. Hannah Ely, who so everybody knows, Hannah, it's a little bit unconventional. Hannah Ely throws third rocks but skips, and Emily Walker throws last rocks. So Ely has hammer, and Sweet is trying to get something going here with a center guard, but so far Ely has been successful at keeping it open, and looks like a pretty open end for the first end.
Yeah, it seems like a very basic end. I could see a blank end coming up soon, unless they decide to take one here.
Which hopefully they won't. Pretty common of a first end to blanket. They have a 9-minute practice. Both teams have 9-minute practices before the game, but usually, very commonly, teams use the first end to really get adjusted to the ice. Nice hit and roll. You can even bury here.
That was a great shot.
That's a gorgeous shot. Now 2 is totally in play.
It really was.
Sweet's going for the steal, looks like. Nice shot by Abby Morrison. Those little side corner guards, they don't usually come into play, but if you can get a stone behind them in the house, those can be tough stones to remove.
It makes life very difficult.
Yeah, but
Looks like she's ignoring it entirely.
That's right. Sweet's decided she's going to play aggressive. The teams usually come onto the ice after meeting with their coaches, and they have a plan for how they're going to play each team. They know their weaknesses and they know their team's strengths. And it looks like Sweet has decided to play a draw game and see if she can steal early, get up early on Hannah Ely. This is Abby Morrison's second stone. Drawing around to center guard. Sweepers are indicating that it's a little heavy. Hopefully it hangs around in the back. That doesn't look good. We got the wag of the finger, which is a little bit heavy. Alright, well, the steal's in play now too, so we'll see if Sweet can get a nice shot around the center guard, and then it's going to be Ely's turn to see if she can play a little defensive. Looks close, and we're getting a lot of great curl here. The ice crew has been fantastic as usual, and the ice, I've only heard good things from the curlers.
Looks like it's going a bit far.
Yeah.
Just out counting that yellow.
Just out counting in the back, and over curls though that Ely can see it, so they want to hit it to try to bring that yellow on the yellow biter into play. They could ignore it, but then the yellow biter might not ever be their second point. So, see if they can hit and stick and sit too. Certainly the center guard will still be in play. So, with hammer, those center guards can hurt. Hannah Ely's first stone is away, and they're Abby's cleaning it.
Looks good.
Yeah, it looks good. Got a lot of curl right at the end of these. Look at that. Very nice.
Very good.
Nice little roll, perfectly buried. And again, Sweet's going to ignore it. It's all or nothing here. We could potentially see a big end here for Hammer, or we might see a steal. But either way, definitely interesting curling here. Anderson and Fuller on sheet 1 have a fairly open end going. Trading hits. That's the same situation with Dunham and Hodek. But on sheet 4, Wright and Pedersen, they have an end going. So they got some stones in play. We'll keep you updated.
Yeah, we're probably going to take a look in on sheet 4 when they get to their skip rocks. Oh, and winds up another guard here.
Another center guard. Probably not ideal for Sweet.
This leaves a great opportunity for
About
Haley.
to get herself in trouble.
It's a good shot to make for Hannah, though. Leaving those center guards. If Sweet ever were to get a shot stone around those center guards, it could be tough to remove. But hopefully for Ely, she beats Sweet around it, and then that'll not happen. But those center guards are scary with Hammer.
It goes like this, so I've broken everything into this. So if you're looking for a specific player, you would have to give me the information that you're clear, and then it would be
Hi, Jane.
Immediate call for it being heavy. Looks like the rock's probably going to go through the house.
yeah, that's how it's going to be on one.
Might come all the way back to that. No.
Huh. So,
That is right through.
a couple issues with the speed of the ice. Both Abby Morrison and Hannah Ely put stones through the house, and
Could just be first end jitters.
could be. And Sweet's team was a little light on a draw, so see if the teams can find their draw weight here. Sometimes the ice can speed up really quickly, even from the practice. During the practice, it speeds up extremely quickly, and then even during the first end, you have the ice changing significantly.
Tony Wright over on sheet 4 is making a good bid to steal 1 or maybe 2. Pedersen's trying to knock all those stones out.
This is Wright's shot right now, right?
This will be Pedersen's
Oh, this is Pedersen's.
first skip rock.
Pedersen's attempt to draw in and sit right on their counter.
Yeah. Pedersen with Hammer is looks like drawing against. This isn't Hammer shot though, right?
I do not believe so. No, there's 2 rocks left.
This is Pedersen's first.
Okay, so looking to maybe score really, because those two stones and one in the button and one in the top 8 foot are perfectly buried behind the center guard. So, well, here you go. This is what I was talking about here on sheet 2. Sweet put a beautiful draw around those center guards, and now Ely is going to have trouble getting rid of them. Those center guards can hurt.
She is behind the tee line. So.
She is behind the tee line, right? But to score more than one,
Yeah.
you got to move that red stone. So we'll see what Emily can do. There's enough curl here that it's certainly plausible if they get around the guard.
Oh, they need to be on that quicker.
Go.
Not the end of the
They are
world
gonna
if you kill the
crash.
guard, but you got to roll off it.
They're not going to roll off it. They're going to split those into a bigger mess.
It's true.
That is trouble. And
she pushed that in for. Well, that might work to her advantage. She could
come
get
in
a
on
double
that
off
maybe,
of that.
yeah. The ice is really really good ice, competition ice that we get at these national events is really weight sensitive. So if you throw a little bit less weight, it's going to curl a lot more, and it's really easy to get caught in that. I think that's what happened there. You really got to get your takeout weights very accurate so that you know how much they're going to curl. And of course, you have to get the line rate too for the amount of weight that you're expecting. We've seen a lot of jamming guards in general. A lot of teams over curling this week. Maybe because they're not used to such swingy ice. The stones were just papered, a week or two before the event, so that usually gives Swiggy stones.
Looks like she's going in there to block that double. It was almost there. And now Ely's got a heck of a task to get those stones out of there.
Yep, that's what happens when you leave center guards. She can probably get in there and score one. Oh, looks like they're going to come around it, yeah. Control weight. What do you think about that ice, Steven?
Just for a quick look in, that's what the house over at 4 looks, right in red, sitting 3 with Pedersen's hammer to come.
Shelby sweet.
Yeah.
Here comes Ely's hammer.
Alright, she looks like they're scrumming it really hard. Oh boy, it's gonna be close. Really close. Yep, on the guard.
That's gonna give Sweet a steal of 2.
That's right. Steal of 2 in the first end for Shelby Sweet.
All right, and we're gonna show you the hammer shot from Pedersen over on sheet 4, who is similarly trying to avoid a steal. He's got a slightly more open take.
I don't think he can score. It looks like he's cutting down.
He's looking to cut down, yeah, but
I think you might be jamming as well on
Yeah.
the guard.
yep.
Looks like a steal of 3.
So easy to jam those
Yep,
guards.
that's
Uh-oh.
gonna be.
Look at that. Look at that rolling in.
Bounce.
Oh no!
Wow. That is
that's gonna be a
unlucky.
steal of 4
The curling-
for right.
Curling gods are not with Wright this morning. That's the that's unfortunate. Big steal. So, this is Shelby Sweet's first time at Nationals?
Second time.
Second time. They're a pretty strong team. They've been giving really good games to many of the top contenders here, and
They've improved quite a lot
some
since
serious
last year.
some serious comebacks. Absolutely,
Yeah, they've been curling very well lately.
really a threat. So.
Over on sheet 1, Anderson took a single in the first end to take a 1-0 lead over Fowler.
And sheet 3,
I didn't see the score, they didn't post it yet.
blank.
Oh, they blanked, I see.
So if I'm Team Ely now, they gave up a steal of 2, but that sounds awful. So I would just tell myself that they had hammer and they took a deuce,
That's what I do when I go up to
which
the
is a
first.
really good way to good way to. So here's an interesting call by Ely. She does this all the time. It's the tick shot, and those center guards are obviously, as we saw in the last end, dangerous when you have hammer, and so by doing that tick, you can actually move the center guard to a corner guard and even roll in the house. Beautiful shot by Becky Van Ardstall. And you really don't see teams doing that very often, that tick shot, but it is quite effective if you make it well. Another tick
Looks like
shot.
She's going to tick herself back to the center line.
Yep. Ely's going to call the come around due to the forefoot.
So with that 4-0 lead over there for Wright, we're looking more and more likely for a playoff game, for a tiebreaker rather.
Exciting. And if Hodak wins, it's a 3-way tie?
That'll be a 3-way tie between Hodak,
For fourth
Wright,
place.
and Stube for fourth place rather.
For fourth place.
I was wondering about that. Yeah.
And that would give us a draw.
Well, let's not talk about what that would do.
Yeah, okay. we'll talk about that when it happens.
Yeah, we'll
for sure.
get into the bunker and cry.
A lot more curling to come this weekend, so very exciting. So Becky's stone, Ely's lead comes a little bit behind the tee line, but it's exposed on the over curled. So Sweet's gonna come around again, trying to steal again. Very aggressive
Follow right
play.
in.
Yep.
She's the guard or just past it?
I think she's going to
Really
get
close.
Just can't take it.
Just jammed.
And that's not a terrible result. She winds up.
It does open the middle, though. Now Ely can hit and sit 3.
Yeah.
And they have 2 corner guards. So not ideal for Team Sweet. A lot of stones to come in the end, though. Abby Stone's coming down. Hit and roll. And it's out of the house. Sails out. That's that weight sensitivity. If she had thrown a little bit less weight, that would have curled a ton more. Especially on an ice like this that's so weight sensitive, takeout weights, cannot stress this enough. Takeout weights are essential to get those weights just right. Looks a little light to me.
Yeah, it's just going to be another guard. Fairly high one at that.
Granted, I think that's kind of what you wanted.
Yeah, no, I think you might be right.
A guard of some
I
sort.
didn't see the call, but not a bad call to have those center guards again. You never know. We saw what happened in the last end. Those center guards, they sound like a broken record, but those center guards can hurt when you have hammer.
How do you feel about
Absolutely
center guards?
When you have hammer, I don't like
like
them. That's how I feel about center guards. Another open end on the Dunham-Hodak game.
Yeah, they're looking to break our 3 blanks in a row record from earlier in the week. Pedersen over on 4 looking in slightly better shape this time with 2 stones in the house and not a wall of guards out front.
And no guard, no center guards. We like that.
No center guards at all.
So, Ely is sitting 3, 2 of which are behind the tee line, but Sweet is still drawing. Very aggressive play. Or maybe this is a tap. Is this a tap?
No, well, it's going to wind up being a tap.
It might even go through the hole.
Oh, that's trouble.
That's a good field goal right there.
Oh,
Unlucky. Looked like the handle may have been a little weak rotation.
Yeah, it wasn't curling a whole lot at the end. She wound up flashing.
Well, yeah.
Now Ely's in position to put 3 up there.
A little biased, yeah. No, I'm trying not to be. Trying not to be at all.
I'm just barely talking. You're doing so well.
So this really needs to be in front of the tee line. Absolutely has to be in front of the tee line.
Yeah, Ely's looking to just put this right in the top 8 foot.
Absolutely.
No more.
We've gotten a 3-4 call from Becky, which sounds good. They have all these hand signals that I don't completely understand. Been watching them this week. And nice curl though. Looking close.
Trying hard to get a biter out of
Love
it.
to get a biter.
Yeah, she's in there.
That's a nice shot. It would have been nice maybe if it had been a little bit farther off to the left. If it hadn't curled quite as much, because now this draw is here.
With some serious backing,
Yep.
too.
With some serious backing.
Just to update you on Hodak Dunham, they are still trading stones, destined most likely for another blank. If anything interesting there happens, we'll let you know.
When you're coming around center guard, especially with, well, it doesn't matter when, but if you don't need to get buried, you really want to show that stone so that you can promote it later. And unfortunately, that is not what happened with this Ely stone. Oh no. Tick and roll though.
She's got a
Ticking a whole pretty
tiny
well
bit
guarded.
of cover, but that's going to be a hit to sit 5.
Yeah, that's right. With, I might add, a center guard. So Ely is by no means out of this end yet.
The center guard's worth like 10 points, right? I'm new to curling, but
Yeah, that's what those lines up there are for.
another hit and roll in Dunham Hodak. There is no danger of points in that end.
No big ends happening there, that's for sure. Although on sheet 1, Anderson is sitting 4.
Yeah, we're going to take a peek over there in a minute. Anderson's trying to put together a fairly big end. Although she didn't have the hammer, so she's looking for a steal.
Right. All right. It's curling. They look okay though. Oh boy. Whoa.
No, that's in there.
Very nice.
That's a big,
Hit and roll.
big roll.
So now that center guard is not as important because the scoring area has been shut down. But Sweet definitely has a chance to outcount all those yellow stones and make it maybe not such a big end here. So.
And Dunham Hodak does indeed blank the end.
So one of those, to talk more about center guards, one of those strategical choices that a skip has to make is if they have hammer, if they are, when are they going to kill that center guard? When are they going to peel it? Because obviously, if they're counting stones in the house, unless they're perfectly buried behind the center guard, obviously you have to kill the center guard.
Nice looking draw.
When do you do it? If you do it at all.
Oh, no. A little bit deep.
Cuts them down though. That's going to be a tough stone to remove.
I don't know, if you
Tough
follow it,
choice
you can
here.
push it right out.
Would you touch it, Steven, or would you ignore it? And
I'd ignore it.
play top
personally.
4 maybe?
All you want is your 2 points here, but
Right.
it is tempting. It really is.
It's not a terribly dangerous stone to go after. It's not a bad spill for a steal.
Yeah, as long as you roll out.
Right, but if you nose it, then they can freeze you.
Yeah, if you nose it, then you're in trouble. If they make a nice draw.
Oh, this isn't her last shot.
No, it's not. No. I like top 4, but not buried. Oh no, you have to bury because they can do the double. It's tough. It's a tough choice. Because if it's not buried, then you can tap it up later and get your 6 or whatever. But I don't know. It's a risk-reward kind of situation.
That's mean.
It's okay. On sheet 1, Anderson Fowler. Fowler is throwing a hit and roll, little roll to score 1 with hammer, and she
She's rolling.
gonna
rolls
get it.
out. Looks like a steal of
3.
3 for Team Anderson. That puts them up 4-0 after 2.
Rock's definitely coming in.
Yes, nice
Oh,
shot.
she's going for the
Tap the
hit,
red out.
and she's going to be sitting 6.
But
Unfortunately,
But
there's
now-
very
backing.
freezable. Yes. This is one of those situations when you do not throw light, yes. Or you say, heavier might be a little better. It's the positive way of phrasing this. But, yeah. But at the same time, you can't throw too much and that won't curl and it takes off and it's a fairly easy hit. So, definitely a pressure shot here for Shelby Sweet. If they make the freeze though, it could be a force end. Got it, one
Oh,
sweeper
looks
cleaning
good.
it. Yep.
It looks very good. Just waiting for it to cut.
It's a little wide, yeah, it's got a curl. But it
it'll
will.
come. They've been curling pretty heavy at the end.
Oh, it's a little heavy.
Oh,
It's a little heavy. Hand in there.
dear. She's going to be wide. That's,
Wow.
yeah, that's going to leave Ely with an open hit for 7.
Sitting 1 right now. Open hit for 7. No, not good.
What happened to the first rock? Throw it through.
We're watching sheet 3.
I might give a little more ice, but that's just me.
Good amount of weight.
No, we're still moving.
Looks close. They're not touching it.
That looks really good.
That might jam it to cut it down to 4 or 5.
Yeah, it definitely will.
Well, or 6. Yeah, cutting down to 6 isn't really where you want to be.
All right, so hit and jam in the back a little bit. Rolls out though, and 6 for Team Ely.
So the gamble pays off.
Yes, as it does.
It occasionally
often.
does.
Yes, it's tough to know.
With Sweet taking 2 in the first end, 4 points isn't an insurmountable lead, but it is a tough place to be after 2 ends.
Definitely not insurmountable, and we have seen Ely give up big leads this week. So Sweet, I'm just being honest. So Sweet is definitely not out of it for sure. We'll see what Hannah decides to do.
Just to give another quick update on sheet 3, also known as the blank zone, we are again trading rocks. In fact, Hodek is so angry at that rock, he's I don't even think that's counting, and he's trying to hit it off in the back corner. Hits and spills back in. Wright Pedersen, we're in the 3rd end. They have not posted their 2nd end score yet.
Good. You got the day off today? I think Patterson got 1.
It's what I thought I saw, but I wasn't sure if it was 1 or 2.
Alaska has a split house on sheet 1 with hammer and a little bit of a corner guard.
I think I'm trying it back into
Yep.
that.
Our kid's going to go to UMD.
Looks like it could be a deuce end. A lot of stones left to play though, for sure. And Hannah throws, well, Becky, but Hannah's team throws a stone into the house, which is refreshing to see after some of the strategic calls that happened this week. Typically, when you're up in points, you play a more defensive end. And defensive strategy includes putting stones into the house and not giving the other team guards with which they can score. So that's sort of the way this goes. Nice corner guard from Sweet.
It's not in order.
And that was Becky's 2nd, hanging out in the back of the playing area, but out of the house. And now Sweet is going to, Summer Barnes is going to try to make use of that corner guard. I don't know if you could hear me. Try to make use of that corner guard. Looks like a nice shot. Ignoring the stone on the forefoot to get a stone buried around the corner guard. This is a situation where I think it's okay to hit the guard if it overcurls a little bit.
And yes, Pedersen posted their one finally, so it was 4-1 on sheet 4.
That's gonna be close. Wow, nice shot. See if it sticks around.
The important thing there was that you hit something,
Right.
whether it be the rock or the guard.
Sure.
So So Sweet's going to try and draw on top of those stones.
Those 2 yellow stones are doubleable, and if she freezes the pocket, you can hit it and move both of them. So, Sweet's definitely still in a good position if she makes this. Oh,
A little bit too much tap.
looks like it.
And, well, I don't think you can quite punch that red out without moving the yellow still. You're not going to get the double for free anymore, though.
Right. I think they're going for it anyway. I'm glad you hit the guard. But if you hit this, you sit 3, and you could. It might hit one of the yellows. Hard to know.
The shot looks a little bit narrow. They're sweeping it. Trying to bring it out.
Look at that. Very nice. Good.
Wow, perfect shot.
2 nice shots from Abby Morrison. And really nice call here from Shelby Sweet. I'm not biased, I promise. They were nice shots. So anyway, nice call here from Shelby Sweet. An aggressive hammer call. Tapping this yellow stone behind the tee line and making a nice wall back there to make it difficult to remove her stone. That is about your cheeseburger. Awesome. They're sweeping it really hard. Looks like it's over curling a little bit.
She's pretty wide open there, though. I don't think she moved those stones enough.
I hit to sit 4, but y'all gonna kill me. But if I was Sweet, I wouldn't worry because there are no center guards.
We're going to take a quick peek over at sheet 3 where Hodak is throwing his last shot, trying to break up Dunham's deuce. And it looks like that leaves Dunham with an open hit for 2 to finally break the scoreless tie over there. On sheet 2, Ely hit the open take to be sitting 4.
I'm not sure I like rolling behind that corner guard because now Shelby can freeze it with a guard. So but a nice shot nonetheless.
So this will be Dunham's hammer shot on sheet 3. Looking for the open hit for 2.
Oh, how's that work?
The right one. He hits it, but he spills out. Oh, and he's only going to take 1 after all that. So Dunham leads 1-0 after 3 ends on sheet 3. And Hodak gets the hammer back with a chance to take a lead.
It was open.
So back on sheet 2, Sweet had a chance to come around that corner guard and freeze, and it was a little bit light. So Ely's gonna throw another one in there maybe. We'll see what they decide and put some pressure on. Now we're getting stones towards the middle of the sheet, and now if I was Sweet, I'd start getting worried because they're a set of guards. With the middle wide open, Sweet will always have a shot to score. But now that the middle might not be open, it could be a little more difficult. Not that throwing against a bunch of stones with hammer is ever easy, for sure.
Middle's still very open though.
It's still there, right? Yeah.
Shot of the 4 foots, without a doubt there.
Yeah. We'll see what Hannah can do here. Oh, Alaska still looks like they're set up potentially to get their deuce. Sarah Anderson is throwing a, it looks like a little hit and flop to try to kill the deuce, but that or a double. But looks like Alaska's going to have a shot.
They'll use everything for Ely behind the tee line.
Yes. Not ideal for Ely. Very ideal for Sweet. 2 is completely in play now. A little bit heavy from Hannah. And on sheet 1, there is a Fowler's about to throw a hit to score a deuce. Wide open hit on the center line. For those Alaska fans.
Her stone's coming in a bit heavy. It's not going to freeze.
And the hit for 2 is successful on sheet 1, making the score 4-2. Anderson over Fowler after 3. Anderson will have the hammer playing for the 4th end. Hit and stick here to sit 5. That looks really wide.
It's going to just get a piece.
It might jam.
Probably spill.
Oh, that works. A lot of curl right at the end. Again, the 4-foot's wide open, so.
This is Sweet's first skip rock.
Yep. Really, I think 2 is still in play if a nice freeze is made here. We have to say anything. If you want, go for it. I don't mean to be.
That's good. That's good. This is a good time.
Try not to say too much. They're not constantly talking constantly. They're pauses. I'm not doing that shit. I'm still just watching the log line. There seems to be a lot of curl from the outside of this spot. Tough to judge. Looks close though. It's curling really hard. Not a bad shot.
Take a quick look at the draw in for 3 for right over on sheet 4. Is that 3 or 4? Looks like 3, yeah. So with that, right's going to take a very large 7-1 lead. Now back to sheet 2.
Emily Walker here is with her last stone is trying to hit right on the nose. Should remove that red stone, but if she doesn't get to nose, it'll stick around.
Looks like it's going to stick. Oh,
Just rolled out. And that leaves Ely sitting 4. Wide open hit and stick for 1 here for Shelby Sweet.
So yeah, over on sheet 4, Tony Wright's team takes a 7-1 lead over Pedersen. That really gives them a good bid for being into the tiebreaker.
Here comes the shot from Shelby Sweet, Washington. Needing a hit and stick. Looks good.
It's good. Over curling a touch.
Should be okay. Just barely.
Oh, that's really tight, but I think she got it.
Very close. See if they decide to measure.
They might
or-
measure.
Is that another shot? No. Nice shot from Shelby. Maybe a little underswept, but there's so much curl that direction on the sheet.
And they're saying it's red.
Looks like it.
So Shelby got her one.
Nice shot.
Making the score now 6-3, Ely over Sweet.
Oh my goodness. Can we just talk about how there's a guard on sheet 3? Unbelievable.
Unconventional play from our
Two
Our
hitting
blank ring.
teams.
Looks like Dunham's decided they want to steal. That's what that would indicate to me.
So even though Dunham has already clinched a playoff spot, a win here guarantees them a spot in the 1-2 match as opposed to the 3-4, which is very important. So they have a lot to play for here as well as the Hodak team who needs to win to get into the tiebreak.
Should be a very exciting game. You're supposed to talk about how the tiebreakers would work if there are 3 teams tied for 4th. You know?
I think if 3 teams are tied for 4th, then it basically comes down to the draw shot. Whoever has the
Goes head-to-head
lowest.
first.
Okay, true. Head-to-head
Okay.
first. If all the teams are kind of
I believe it is a cycle.
cycle. Okay, so yeah, then it's draw shot, and the lower two seeds will play to face the team that has the lowest draw shot.
Those draw shots can be really important when it
Yeah.
comes to tiebreakers.
We don't have that information up here at the broadcast booth, unfortunately.
So the 3 teams that could be in the tie have each one has beaten one of the other teams. So it would definitely go to draw shot. Very interesting.
That's the house over the back. If the rock's over the back line, then it's out. If it's on the back line, it's still in. But I mean, does the house go over the back line, or is the back line? It touches the back line.
There's actually a rule about that.
So the
Yeah,
lighter
there's
bar-
certainly potential for 2
Which
rounds
one's
in the
supposed to be
tiebreak.
higher than the other, where the line goes?
But I mean, like, will the lighter bar cover just the color or the back line?
Color of the back line.
It covers the back, so the house goes over the back line.
Yes, for second place, it is head-to-head record, which is why
If the stone is on the center line,
the
and in
Solom
play,
team is in the
in
1-2
the back of the house,
match
it's
because
on the
they
ring.
beat both Anderson
right?
and
That's
Haig
what that. You know what I
head-to-head.
mean? Does that make sense?
So
Yeah,
it will
it
be
has
a
to be.
rematch of this morning's game in the 1-2 on the women's side.
So we have a center guard, high center guard, and we have a stone behind it that's 3/4 buried, and the shot stone is Ely's behind the tee line on the side of the 4-foot. That also looks half, maybe even more than half, from the right hack, more than half showing. So, but Sweet is a very intelligent thing here. Is it needs to score, so she's not going to hit it. She's going to come down to it, maybe tap it back an inch or 2. I believe that's the call.
Yeah, I mean, if I was Sweet, I wouldn't even be looking to tap it. I'd just look to sit right on it, just weld the rock on it.
She's going to be on her own stone.
Not terrible.
Plan B.
That's right. The way the ice is curling, that guard is annoying, but you could definitely get around it to hit a stone that's perfectly buried behind it. But Ely doesn't like it. So Abby's going to try to make it go away.
So over on sheet 3, Dunham's got a good bid for a steal going.
Straight run back. I know.
She traded guards.
I would have liked to straight peel on that, but
Yeah.
that was a long run back, folks. That was.
Yeah. Inch either way, and she probably would have gotten one of those 2 red rocks.
Unless there's one team that has beaten multiple teams.
You can't be eliminated by head-to-head, though. So if it's a tie for fourth place,
Got
yeah.
beat decided on.
So then head-to-head would determine who gets hammered. So that's a better guard now for Team Sweet. A little closer. And it's a guarded guard, which is great if you're trying to steal.
So Ely's peeling her own guard, it looks like.
Yeah.
But she's going to wind up with the run back again.
Oh,
Nope,
just barely
wide.
missed it. I do not like that call. They should straight peel that.
I think the straight peel was the call. It was just a miss.
They should have swept it there. I really think Canada was going for the long run back. But you can't read a mind. I don't know. You might be right.
We'll go to our on ice reporters and
Yeah, and we'll interview Hannah. Sounds good.
like, how do you feel about that last shot?
I hate guards. I hate guards when you have hammer. But yes,
I love guards. when
that's
you
the
have
game,
hammer.
though. I mean, that is the game. That's why the free guard zone is so important. Is because guards are the game. So yeah.
Doesn't care what you're playing on Lincoln or if you're playing on scoring.
Coming towards us.
It's true.
So over on sheet 3, we're going to take a look at Hodek's draw for 1 against 2 here.
It all depends on where the guards are.
They're sweeping it hard. That looks like it might crash, and if it crashes, he could give up 3. Or 4.
It's a split there for 4. Oh no,
That was
it's a
the
steal.
hammer.
Oh wow, yeah.
Is
And
that
there was one in
3?
the back. It's 3. Yeah. It looks
Yeah,
like
so
it.
that's going to be
Steal
3
3.
more for Dunham to take a 4-0 lead after 4 ends.
This looks like a double attempt for Mealy.
I believe so, yes.
She's given up getting rid of guards. Looks like a hit and half an inch roll. What would you do here, Steven, if you were Sweet?
I might try to go for the tap. It's kind of loaded. The tap the top 12 rock, just as she's calling.
That one?
Yeah.
Looks like you and Sweet are on the same page here.
Yeah, worst comes to worst, you nick your guard over and it's still a loaded tap. It's very dangerous for the Ely team.
Yeah, this could wind up being a big end for Sweet. If they could steal to get back into this.
Yeah.
Looks like it's going to overcurl.
Looks like it's on the guard. Yeah, you can tap the guard though.
Could move the guard over.
What's your straight back with the amount of curl? Look at this.
That's an interesting outcome.
Yes. Ely's still shot, but there are tons of stuff and two very strong sweet stones right at the top of the 8 foot. So
Yeah, Ely's going to be... Ely can still get 2, but it's not easy anymore.
yeah. And if Sweet makes a nice shot, then the steal is definitely plausible.
Responding to the chat, if we had mic'd curlers, you just hear a lot of yelling. I don't think that's what we want. You can hear them through the glass already.
Hopefully someday that this event will have mic curlers, like the men's and women's nationals. So, and next year we're gonna have a radio broadcaster. Don't believe that. That's not true. But there was some discussion of that a few days ago.
I'm going to take a peek over at sheet 4 with Pedersen's skip rock coming in. He's got... what?
A double for 1.
That's not it. That's 1.
So Hannah's second stone over curled and ticked, and opened up the middle. Now Shelby Sweet with her first stone can throw this double tap back and really put the pressure on Hannah's team.
Back to 2.
Coming down, it looks a little heavy for just the tap. Needs to curl a ton. Tick and roll. Headstone on the back of the 4 foot is hanging on by a thread. Still there.
So over on sheet 4, the result of that shot that we didn't quite get to was another single point steal for Wright, who is now up 8-1 over Pedersen.
Emily Walker with her first stone of the 4th end. Trying to draw to the 4 foot. It's close. The
Might
weight's
be a
good, the
little bit
line looks
heavy.
good. Heavy is
That's a little too far to be useful.
not ideal in that place. Yeah, that stone's pretty much...
That stone is pretty much done. 'Cause I don't think we're
Non-existent,
moving
yeah.
all 8 of the stones in the way.
And even if you freeze on it, it still won't be anywhere near a shot. So
Yeah.
the only thing that might do is make one of the skips trip in the back of the house.
So it looks like Sweet going for that red again.
Looks like it. This looks like a... No, she's tightened up the ice significantly, but...
If she can hit it, then she'd be sitting
Very, very well.
4 or 5.
Yep.
The sweepers are a little bit, they're just cleaning. They need to be on it more.
It's really close.
Oh, this looks like a good shot.
Tap, tap, bang.
And yeah, now
Sitting 4.
that leaves her with that same draw that she just missed to try and draw 1 against 4 with no backing or anything.
Give up a 6 in here, and the next end you're taking the lead back.
High scoring game here.
Swing for the fences curling.
What's that? Pressure draw from Millie Walker. It's out of her hand. The sweepers are on it. but they don't seem
Shouldn't be
too.
done, but they really shouldn't.
They
be.
don't seem too concerned one way or the other. It's all in the sweeper's hands now.
This looks a little bit heavy also. But it might just stop. Still going to give up 1, but that's much better than the 4 she
not a
almost
bad
gave
result.
up.
Absolutely.
Is that 1 or 2? That's 1.
Nice shot by Emily.
So it's back to 6-4, which is a much more reasonable lead. Looked like it might get out of hand very quick with that 6 end.
I like to see this. Both teams having their team meetings right after the end. I think lose. I'm a big fan of team meetings. I think that they're important to keep the attitude right for the game.
Absolutely. And apparently now there's a new rule where you have to wait a minute before throwing your first
Right.
rock.
Yeah, you have to wait until 10 seconds left on the clock before you can throw.
I think it's crazy, personally. But it's very good for team meetings.
Yes.
Gives us all that time for our commercial advertisements.
That's right. That's what they're gearing up towards.
Oh, that makes sense, actually. That's good. When we happen to be on TV.
That's a good question, Evan. Do you know who's going to be commentating at Nationals?
I do not.
I've heard it's going to be Joe Calabrese and Ben Tuck, but
The talk.
But I'm not sure. And since it's NBC, right, is doing the playoffs. Is that true? Is that true? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's commentating that? I have no idea. Yes, you now have to wait for that minute. You cannot throw your first stone at the end until 10 seconds are left on the clock. That is correct.
Or they'll cut the power out to the rink and you have to sweep in the dark.
There was a rule about that for fifth end breaks. You had to wait until a certain amount of time left, I think, or until it was over, then you had a minute or something. But yeah, it's now for every end.
Just ticks the guard. So over on 3, Hodek's looking to get back into it. They've got 1 stone in the back 12, but they're going to have a tough time to get 2. They really need 2 or 3 because they're down 4-0.
So I'm very interested to see who's going to be commentating the playoffs and finals. I mean, it might still be Joey and Ben Tuck, but we'll see. So we have a center guard from Sweet who's trying to steal again, playing very aggressively, making this game very interesting to watch. And a corner guard from Ely had a really nice hit through that port for Becky, and 1 stone, top 12 foot, and a center guard. So Shelby's going to ignore the stone to the house and come around.
So over on sheet 1, Caitlin Fowler picked up a single to draw back within 4-3. Dunham with a nice double over on 3 to protect against the 2.
Very nice draw here on sheet 2.
Any questions?
and Ely is going to try to remove the center guard. Looks like a flash, and
It's her.
that's not ideal either. So still got the center guard.
We're going to take a look at Hodek's hammer over on sheet 3. It looks like he's drawing for 2. It looks like he's going to go for the hit for 2. He's going to need to hit and just roll in a little bit so he's biting. Does not want the jam. Oh, he just ticks it. Looks like he gets his 2. So Hodek draws back to within 4-2. He's got a steep hill to climb, but he's back in the game.
Another nice shot by Sweet Team. Putting the pressure on Ely here. 2 stones, top 8 foot. And a center guard, which Abby's about to try to remove. Again, whiffing. It was a peel, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was a peel.
Again, whiffing the peel and getting a stone in the house, which isn't a terrible result. Definitely a decent plan B. And now third, Corey Tomlinson is going to try to throw another one in. Burying him around the center guard. That looks really wide. It's going to have to curl a lot.
It's been curling a lot that way. But not that much. Well,
it might get it.
Maybe that much.
Look at that. Very nice.
Wow.
That's a beauty.
That's a lot of curl right there.
That's an amazing amount of curl. It's a
Nice
great
shot.
So over on sheet 4, Pedersen's in trouble again, looking like he's going to wind up drawing against 2 or 3.
Did you update sheet 1? Third time's the charm for the peel, hopefully. Ely's going to try to kill it again. This one's not going to whiff.
Not going to whiff, but it might nose it.
No, they're fine.
Great shot.
If I'm Sweet, I'm content to just put that guard back all day long.
Absolutely. Mike Harris is going to do the U.S. Nationals? That's awesome.
Very well placed guard.
Very exciting.
Maybe a little bit over the center line, but
Ed Curler.
she's still going to have
Very
to peel
good.
that to get those stones back there.
You can angle run that. Oh.
I don't know.
No. I had to go look at the screen there and see how that was all set up. It's a little hard to tell from up here, but well, the draw to the 4 foot's still there, but yeah, this
She's still got a lot of stones left.
right. The guard needs to go for now. Wow, really tightened up the ice. It looks like she might be trying to cross the face this time. I don't know if she's thinking of running that yellow in or something.
She's definitely crossing the
She's
face.
going to crash onto that yellow.
That wouldn't be so bad
yeah,
if
that
she
wouldn't
pushed
have
that
been bad
in.
at all.
I
Yeah,
don't know
that
why
would've
they
been-
switched the call. That was interesting.
Well, I think she might have been going for that yellow cushion.
She might have been,
That's
absolutely.
a heck of a shot to call, but
That's something Ely would try for sure.
And over on sheet 4, it looks like Wright has an early victory over Pedersen.
are they going to
As
shake
they-
after
Yeah,
the 5?
They are shaking right now.
All right. Well, that means that Tony Wright has earned himself a spot in the tiebreaker, I believe.
I do believe that's so.
Pedersen was trying to play spoiler again. They managed an upset win yesterday over the Hodak rink, but weren't able to do it today. So 8-2 the final on sheet 4, Wright over Pedersen.
Oh, and sheet 1.
Did
Fifth end is a deuce for Anderson.
I was like, I didn't think they were going to shake down 3.
Oh yeah, no.
Like, well, that's it. We can't come back.
Anderson got her 2 with hammer in the 5th, and will be up 3 playing the 6th after the 5th end break. Nice, another nice guard by Sweet. If you nose that yellow, I think both reds go, but I'm not. What do you think?
No, if you nose that yellow, you're going to not touch the back one, I think.
You don't think so?
Ooh.
I think you might. I don't know. What do you think, Steven?
That's
Expert skip opinion here.
I definitely think you'll at least touch all the rocks. The back one would definitely leave.
It's the top one that's. the
Yeah, I
issue,
don't know if the top one would leave.
And you'd only get 1 out of it. I think your yellow is gone.
Yeah, your yellow would split out. I think the only way to sit would be to hit it at an angle.
She's going to come in. She's going to try and run all the reds.
This does look like a run back almost, doesn't it?
And
That's-
she runs one of them. That's pretty valuable.
Yeah.
Because now she can come at that yellow with less weight.
I don't actually think there's a shot for 2 right now, the way it's set up, unless it's a straight run back.
Yeah, I think a straight run.
Oh, she's only got 1 stone left.
Yeah.
Okay.
The straight run back's the only way. And you really, well, I really think they just have to score, but. Oh, they could blank it, actually, at this point. You could hit that yellow and blank the end.
That is true.
I mean, if it were as it stands, but Shelby Sweet has a shot, so. Looks like she's coming around to sit 2 around this corner guard.
Yeah, if you sit 2 over in the background, then there's no way they're getting 2. Coming around into the house, the weight looks pretty good.
Sweet has had her draw weight perfectly.
Nice
lately.
shot, yeah.
That's a nice shot.
Behind the
That's
tee line.
completely buried.
You can follow it to get you 1.
Yeah, but you got to follow it perfectly.
Oh, yeah. Not easy, absolutely. Really nice shot by Shelby Sweet. Putting the pressure on.
It might even be easier to run back that left guard than to make that draw.
Well, I think the shot
They're gonna
would
go
either
for the
be
draw.
just a simple tap or the draw.
You like the tap of the draw?
Yeah.
Which would you throw, Steven?
I'm kind of leaning towards the tap.
Yeah.
Just because it's wide open.
It's wide open.
Is that
yeah.
what they're going for? That's what
No,
they're going for now.
Oh.
It would be the tap on the right side.
They're trying to tap that one up. I don't know if it has enough weight.
No,
They were drawing the guard.
Oh, that's trouble.
Looks like a.
That's going to
Looks like
be
he's still
2.
2.
Still a 2 and tied up after 5.
Wow.
A lot
Well,
of curl there. Interesting game, though. Fun to watch.
So we're all tied up. Shelby Sweet has scored in 4 ends, but it's tied 6-6.
Incredible. I think interesting's a good word.
So we're going to take a peek over at the Sheet 3 game between Dunham and Hodak during the 5th end break for Sweet Ely. We are on, this is, I believe, Dunham's 4th stone in the end. Yeah, we're not even advice yet. And they are looking to run out guards. Peel them off. Oh, he almost knocked his own stone out.
Nice double peel.
Looks like Hodek's looking for a hit and roll behind his remaining center guard.
It's got to curl a lot to get the roll.
It's going to roll the wrong way.
Rolls to the outside.
Still out counting the other one in the back. That's not really where he wanted it.
Trying to hold it. Hits and looks like it's gonna stick around. Wow. Not a bad shot, really, all things considered. That worked out okay.
Hodek's just looking for a draw now.
Is that doubleable on the other side? Can they get around the...
I don't think they can get around that front guard. Well, it's
I
pretty
think they
far
can,
back there.
yeah.
I think they could. I would freeze up to it rather than double it.
This is an aggressive call from Hodek, but it's a good end to steal. So, I mean, any end's a good end to steal. But
He might come all the way
especially
back onto those back stones if he doesn't go out.
I don't think it'll curl enough.
I think he's going out. Yeah, that is an unfortunate miss.
Very aggressive call, but you got to make those aggressive calls. And the peel, Scott Dunham has decided to kill the center guard.
Yeah.
He's sitting one in the back. I think he's happy just to score. Obviously, 2 would be ideal, but he's saying right now he's okay with 1, and he doesn't want to give up a steal. So, smart call, I think. Nice shot. And Hodek's going to have a challenge now to steal. There's a lot of stuff in the back of the house, so he can come down to it and freeze it.
Yeah, I think he'd be better served at this point to just try and hold Dunham to 1 or force him to
Play the, yeah.
It's not really a steal happening here anymore. I would double those stones out. Well,
He
now
can
it's
force,
not
that's
bad.
right. The steal's gone, of course.
Yeah, but on his own.
Yeah. The double's not there anymore.
I think if you hit it in the right place, it is. But you have to be careful because
You need a lot of weight to get all 3 of them to spill.
those. If you hit the well, yeah. If you hit the back stone really thin, it might be there. See what happens here.
Here they come.
Yep, straight jam. But they're in front of the
Well,
red.
he spilled right in front of it. That's not bad.
That's going to be a tough stone to remove without either rolling out or hitting the back red there.
I think Dunham's just going to wind up freezing on it. No, it looks like he's going for the hit. He's going to try and spill it out.
He might be okay with blanking too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up 2 with the hammer. Blank is never a bad thing.
Not time to start thinking about the ends necessarily yet. Oh,
Nice shot, but he does wind up spilling out, so...
And we're back.
we never left. That coffee?
It's true. Yeah, it's
good.
coffee.
Is the Dunkin' Donuts coffee really good?
The Dunkin' Donuts coffee is amazing.
I've heard Dunkin' Donuts coffee is very good. I'm not a coffee drinker myself, but their hot chocolate's fantastic. So
Yeah, so as we come back from our fifth end break on sheet 2, we'd like to thank our gold sponsors, Dunkin' Donuts of Lexington, Whole Foods of Wayland, and Brooms Up Curling Supplies.
nice to see you.
I've been listening to that.
Sponsors make these events happen, and it is very good to have them around.
I didn't want to interrupt with a live
So Hodek's coming in here with a draw, and it looks a little bit heavy.
America runs on Dunkin'. At least I do.
He's going to wind up touching the 12-foot, and he's really wide open.
This is giving up 2 here. Very, very aggressive shot. I'm not sure exactly what he was thinking there. What the idea was behind that call. Because, as you said, there's no way he's stealing.
Barring a outright miss, no.
He wants to force, yeah. But are we still on sheet 3?
Yeah.
That's fine.
We're gonna follow the rest of this end over on sheet 3, and then we'll go back to our featured match between Sweet and Ely.
And that rolls out.
Or does it?
And
And
that
jam.
yellow's just biting.
Just in, maybe? It looks it from
like
here, yeah. That's a
So-
big deal.
Yeah, that takes the blank out of play.
Totally does. Barring some double and roll out.
So Hodek's going to go for the hit and stick to be sitting 2, but not really.
So I think that must have been what Hodek was thinking. That was his plan, and
Yeah,
it worked out, playing aggressively. So
Looking for the jam, kind of.
a pretty good looking end right here. Decent throw.
We've got an interesting end shaping up over on sheet 2, as they all have been so far.
Yes, very interesting curling. Nice shot making too from the leads.
Oh, Hodek Stone's curling a little bit much, but it looks like he's
Looks
still
perfect to
gonna get
me. Yeah.
it. So there is a double there, maybe for a blank. But
If you hit it
that
thin enough, you
seems-
could go right through it. But it's
That
tough.
seems dangerous, because if you miss that blank, you could wind up giving 1. You could wind up giving up 2. And taking 1 when you're up 2 with the hammer isn't really that bad.
Especially in an even end. People say you shouldn't think about that in the 6th. It's more of a end game kind of thing, and maybe 6 and the 10 end game's a little too soon. But it is definitely something worth thinking about to go up 3 points after 6.
As the wise broadcaster John Madden said, scoring more points will win you the game. And I think 1 point would be a great path towards winning.
I think the blank is ideal, though. I think that's what he's going for. What a
He does
shot!
get the blank. Very nice.
Great shot.
All right, so we'll take you back to sheet 2 now.
You play
So
to score every end, and
that
that's the way to
leaves
go.
Dunham up 4-2 after 6 ends.
That's a good way to think about it.
Are we back on sheet 2 now? Very interesting end.
Then you win.
Just a reminder, because I forgot, Ely has hammer, which has been the situation, I think.
This is an interesting hit. Oh,
That actually isn't
it's not
bad.
bad.
It's not good, but it's
Ely
not
has
bad.
hammer, and yeah, it looks right now Shelby's sitting 1 on the 4-foot, right? And there's
No, Shelby's actually 2 and 3.
you're right. I had
Usually sitting one.
my
You're
colors
backwards.
switched. Yes,
You got that rare red-yellow color blindness.
yeah. I got my ketchup and my mustard switched, but I don't like when people do that. And there's a non-hammer center guard in play, so interesting end. Really, it's a nice shot maker from the leads to set up this fun end here with the freezes and.
She looking for a little hit here?
She is. This would put them in a very good position. Which it
Nicole
does.
Lorvik with a nice takeout.
Well, the yellow doesn't spill all the way, so if Ely can manage to quadruple off those 4 stones, she's in good shape.
If Ely makes the quadruple. I think that Shelby Sweet's in trouble. Yes.
If and only if.
If and only if.
But no, I mean, if she can clear a bunch of stones out of that house, she could wind up taking 2.
It's definitely
or 3.
possible. I mean, 1 or 2 doubles and you're there for sure. Those stragglers on the side of the sheet.
If the rock curls nicely, she can get a double here.
Yeah, it looks in good shape.
Nice shot.
Wow, Ely almost gets taken out by that stone.
Come on.
Ooh, I think her yellow is just out counting that red that spilled.
I think Ely is 2, 3, 4 right now. Is that true?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yep.
Very close.
At least
but
2 and 3 for sure.
2 and 3 for sure. Yeah.
Our 15-foot away angled view seems to indicate that the yellow is the 4th stone.
But you want to say it for me, Steven? There's also a center guard.
But there's also a center
But there's
guard,
also a center guard.
making it a very dangerous end for Ely.
Looks like Sweet's coming to hit that Yellowstone again. She might clip her guard, and she just gets by it.
Nice shot.
But it runs back
Oh
to their
no.
own.
Unfortunate.
Well,
Do you peel the center guard, Steven? What do you think? I think some teams would, but
Yeah, I mean, I personally kind of like coming in to the top 4.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
not a bad call either.
You're 1 and 3, so getting 1
And
and
4.
2 wouldn't be bad.
1, 2, and 4, yeah, and then it would be not so bad.
You never know; they might end up peeling out the guard themselves. But it doesn't look like they're going for that. It looks like they're going for the basic hit on the top.
Don't like that call. They jammed, yeah. No, there are definitely some jamming possibilities here. She might kill the guard. I don't know, it looks okay.
it looks like
She's
she's
close.
past the guard. Just barely.
Really close. Oh, yeah, got
Nope,
the guard.
clipped the guard. And put that redstone almost into play.
To be honest, I like that alternative better.
Better, yeah. That's a very nice plan B. Now the middle's open, and
Even if they had hit the red would have jammed into their own rock because it would have jammed basically nose. Or it would have hit the rock basically nose.
yeah, moving that guard is not bad.
Not bad at all.
Nope. With 3 rocks left.
Especially with the hammer.
So Sweet's coming in now.
Last Vice Stone.
Think she can freeze behind the stone in the top 12 and sit pretty.
They're sweeping it pretty hard.
This looks like a guard.
Yeah, this is going to be a center guard,
And the center guard is replaced.
which we have established is worth 10 points.
Yes.
Fortunately, it's worth 10 points. If it wasn't, I don't know if I'd like it so much.
That's what the game is all about, though. At this level, it's all about controlling the front of the house, and that center guard is central to that whole concept.
So is Ely going to accidentally peel that guard again? It looks
Definitely
like they're trying
possible.
to. It looks like they're trying to hit that redstone in the 12-foot again.
You gotta watch the jam, though, as Steven pointed out.
Yeah, it is a lot of jams there.
This shot is very dangerous. You can jam on both yellows.
Would you like to roll in on this, if you could, Steven, or would you like to roll out a little bit?
I'd roll out.
You roll out a little
Protect your counter. But if you roll all the way out,
It looks like she's going to avoid the jam.
bit? Just barely.
that'll do it.
Not too bad. Now Ely's sitting 1, 2, 3, assuming the one in the back is third shot, and
Yeah.
It looks like Sweet's coming in for the draw.
it's not very aggressive. But if she makes it,
over on sheet
Pressure
3,
on
Hodak's
Emily.
made a couple of nice shots and is looking with the opportunity to steal here. And that was an interesting shot. Yeah, Dunham's going to wind up having to take one, if anything.
Yeah, you never know. There's still time left.
Oh, they're still early. I thought they had more. I thought they had less stones left.
So Shelby's draw is coming down. They're sweeping it. It looks light, but
More
the
guards.
line was also awesome. Oh,
Just
a little
rubs the
bit light.
guard.
Nice sweeping.
What do you think you should do? Here, I kind of like drawing around the right side of the guards, because if you're wide at all, you guard up your counter, and you have something to run back if they draw in. Granted, if you draw around the left and put up a nice rock in the forefoot, it definitely works well.
Yeah.
Granted, that'll allow the other team to sit right on you as a number 2.
The sweepers think it's heavy.
Yes. Coming down. They're saying 7 right now. Just behind the 10 is the worst place you can put this, because then Shelby. Uh-oh. We're being watched.
All right. Let's see what we got.
Emily Walker and Abby Morrison are playing amazingly.
Their dads are right behind me.
Oh, look at that. You are there.
And the dads are definitely not right behind us.
All right. It looks like we might be back.
Shout out to the sponsors.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think we should associate the sponsors with that outage. Yeah, that section was sponsored by Comcast. All right, sounds like we're back on. So that was a very fascinating shot to close out the sixth end, where Ely had an open hit for 5, almost gave up 2, and then wound up taking 1.
Did you guys see that shot on the stream? That was a remarkable turn of events.
Yeah, she was very narrow, and basically everything came into the house in the worst possible way.
Yes, it was very close to giving up a steal of 2, and
nothing really happened.
Right.
Yeah, it wound up with 1 for Ely, so she has a 7-6 lead after the sixth end.
Close game.
To update over on sheet 1, Anderson took another 1 to take a 7-3 lead over Fowler. And on sheet 3, Dunham is making a draw against 3. Oh, he's actually going for a hit against 3 against Hodek.
With his last.
With his hammer.
Yep. To score 1.
And he looks like he's going to make it.
Yep, good shot.
Nice
shot.
clean shot. So, Hodek wound up forcing him to take just 1, but Dunham now leads 5-2 after 7 ends.
And we have a yellow center guard now. Ely's decided to play a little more aggressive, and a Shelby Sweet corner guard from Summer Barnes. Summer's second shot, Becky's second shot slid behind the tee line, so they're going to try to freeze it. Around the center guard. Looks like it's on the center guard, though.
Just a little tick.
So much curl out here.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a little light, but...
So that leaves Ely Stone back there really, really covered.
Yep. I think Ely's definitely thinking steal at this point. There's something kind of clean and easy about steal strategy that's not quite the same with hammer strategy. Steals are just like, you know what I mean, Steven?
Yeah, no. Basically, steals you get your rocks in the house and
Block the
guard
living
them.
daylights out of it. But
Yep.
hammer, you have to be quite a bit more particular about how you, especially with the free guard zone rule, favoring the non-hammer team so much.
And especially because you don't want to just get 1 with the hammer.
Right.
You want to take your deuce.
You need to get your 2.
1, 3, or 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or 3 or 4.
It's an interesting call.
You go right through. Yeah.
Nice shot, though. Really nice shot. Is that what she called?
Yeah, I think she was
Yeah,
going for the
nice draw around that corner guard. Not sure I'm a fan of the call, but Abigail Morrison executes beautifully.
draw. Looks like Sweet's going to follow her right in.
That's the problem with coming around corner guards without hammer. Interesting call. But sitting 2, both from behind guards, so
I'm kind of interested in the fact that they're following them.
would you come to the 4-foot?
Well,
The other way?
yeah.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Looks very good.
Oh, this looks like a tick and roll here.
Yeah, she's going to roll right almost to the button to be just barely out counting that yellow stone.
You can see the entire thing, though, so...
Exposed.
Yes. Ely's going to try to have Abigail... Weird
It's a
calling her
decent
Abigail.
possibility for a jam there, though.
Yes, it's definitely possible. Although, honestly, a straight jam isn't that... I mean, as long as you peel out that back yellow stone, it's really not the end of the world. I don't think. This has got a curl.
Got a curl. Ooh, it
Oh!
just ticked it.
With the redirect.
Oh, the tick saves the shot. That was...
The sun is shining bright on Abby this morning. Worked out good, though. Not much of a change.
I'm sure that was the plan.
Though when you don't have hammer and you come around a corner guard, you really can't be behind the tee line. This is something I thought I should mention, because that's when the deuce becomes actually easy. Like that's when you're basically giving the deuce to the other team is when you come around corner guards and go behind the tee line. But Abby didn't, so it makes it a little more challenging.
Hannah is trying to draw right on top of the one on the forefoot. Coming the other way.
It looks like it, which is an interesting switch from her last call.
We got debris on the ice.
I always find it interesting when nothing changes in the house, but the skip changes his call or her call. I always find that interesting.
The guard.
Another center guard.
Yeah, we've got a mess of center guard now. That's gonna be hard to peel out.
That would have been nice too. Those corner guards often, when the ice curls so much, those corner guards block the draw line to the button, which I think is sort of what was happening in that situation. Because it curls so much. So again, don't know why they're throwing the outturn here. I would think you'd want to do the inturn and come to the top of the 8-foot, but Hannah and Emily have decided otherwise. Again, I'm not sure I understand this.
Hodek made a nice shot over on 3, trying to get his 2 over there to get back close to Dunham.
She's switching. This is a great hammer in. That looks like a guard.
Just almost biting. Looks like it's just shy.
I feel like she was trying to guard that hole. Again, an interesting handle choice for the guard, even if that's what she was throwing.
Yeah, I think the draw to the button is still there.
So
going for
coming around to sit on the shot stone on the back of the forefoot. Looks like a nice shot. A lot of curl. Nice shot though.
It is still behind the house, so they'll have a draw, sit around and weld right onto it.
Yes, which is nice now for Ely because they're going to be frozen on the button without hammer with the center guard. So
yeah, this
could work out.
Pretty blatant force.
Or even a steal.
Or a steal.
Yeah.
Our assumption is that if the tiebreaker is 4, then the pages are still at 8. I cannot say that officially. We'll wait for the official announcements after this game. Do not take what happens in the chat of the live stream as truth. We are speculating.
Not the official record.
Yeah.
So Hannah Ely with her second stone and a draw. Look, supposed to be. Looks a touch heavy. It's got to curl a ton too.
Back at the tick again.
Another redirect.
But
Too much
the
this
tick
time.
does not help. And now, now it's going to be a heck of a time to get that red out of there.
It's gonna take at least 2 shots.
So Sweet could wind up with her 2.
Mm-hmm. Make a nice freeze here, and absolutely. Just
Sweet
takes the
winds up
guard.
ticking.
It's interesting because there have been a couple stones that have not curled enough. And that one over curled. This seems to be the sweet spot that both teams are having trouble finding in this end.
That port is getting narrower and narrower.
It is.
Pretty soon there'll be no port at all.
Oh no.
Thanks, global warming.
Act now. Emily Walker with her first of the 7th end.
She looks like she's going for it again.
She looks like she's playing more weight than a draw.
They're going to need to sweep that a lot because it's going to be on the center guards.
Yeah. It seemed like not enough ice, but maybe they're throwing a little more weight.
Yeah.
She called for backline weight.
Yeah, okay.
That actually wound up opening it more.
Yes. The hole's gotten bigger. Still can't find that hole, though. Now Shelby Sweet's going to give it a shot. It's a little bit like golfing. Sort of. Steven's laughing at me. I didn't think that comment was that strange, but... Again, if Shelby Sweet makes this, Eli's going to have a hard time keeping Sweet from getting 2. Maybe even more, potentially.
It looks like Hodek's bid for a pair in the 8th end is evaporated. Dunham currently sitting 2. He could freeze.
Nice shot here by Shelby Sweet.
Yep. I think she's 3rd.
You think so?
Oh, that's really close.
I think it's red 1 too.
That angle always lies.
Yeah, it looks weird. Yeah.
It's
Tough
very
to
close.
know.
It was a very nice shot, regardless.
Very nice shot. Yes. I'm not sure there really is much here.
Over on sheet 1, Caitlin Fowler picked up a single again to come back within 7-4 in the 8th end.
Oh, you could throw the wide out turn and actually it would be playing for the force, but you could freeze that back yellow with the wide out turn. Definitely there.
You could come in and try and peel out a bunch of this, which is I think what they're going for.
You could also do that. Yes,
It's dangerous.
you could give up 3 if yeah for sure, but you could definitely kill the top stone. So it looks like that's what they're going for.
Yep.
Oh,
It's coming over.
gonna pick it.
Looks like she's going to pick out that top one.
Okay, so looks like Sweet is 1-3.
That 3rd and 4th are tight again. But yeah, it looks like it's
I
going to
think
be a
Sweet's
3.
1-3. Yeah. So a hit here could give them 3 if they played the out turn hit around the center guard. Huh? I don't know if that's there though. Oh, even the intern with the amount it's curling. Definitely shot for 3, but
And certainly a shot for 2.
yes, yeah, it looks like that's what they're going for. Making a 1-point game going to the 8th.
Yep.
Pretty much the same shot Shelby just threw, so the sweeper should know the time. And I never like it as a player when I have to throw the same shot twice, especially when I make it the first time. Because then, if you miss it the second time,
Sweepers are starting to get onto it.
All he's going to do is get a big chunk of the rock.
very nice though.
Yeah, it looks like they're just going for the 2.
A little light.
Oh, that might not make
A
it.
little light. They gotta sweep this really
It's
hard.
coming up, and it is just short.
Oh,
so that's going to be
unlucky.
a single for Sweet. So we're going to take you over to 3 right now for Hodek's hammer shot. Trying, it looks like, for a double to try and get 2. They gotta go. They might have it.
I don't think so.
No, they're just gonna get the 1.
Really close though.
Oh, they might. No, they got the 1.
Yep.
So that means that Dunham leads Hodek 5-3 after 8 ends. Dunham again looking for a win to clinch a spot in the 1-2 game. Hodek looking for a win to get into the tiebreakers. Yep.
Oh, no way, there's another lingering.
Yep.
I didn't know
I noticed that yesterday. Yeah.
Cool.
So now to the 8th end here on sheet 2.
Tied in the 8th. 3 more ends to play. Ely has hammer.
Scored in 5 of the 8 ends and one is tied.
Great. Amazing.
Been a fascinating game.
Should be an interesting end too. The 8th end now is quite an important end. Whoever takes in this end is going to have an advantage. Ely's certainly going to try to go for the deuce, and Sweet is going to
Over the steal.
try to steal or force. I mean, some people don't like
Stealing.
No, everyone likes stealing. Yeah, I think they're gonna go hard for the steal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It comes down to that end game stuff where you want to be up one without or down one with, so which we can argue about for the rest of the game, but yeah, right till the end of time, you got it.
It looks like we're going to have 2 center guards to lead off.
Good, center guards. Let's talk about center guards.
I prefer being up 4 less.
Looking forward to another interesting end.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're going to do
Play.
here. We've had small ends, big ends, steals, dramatic bad shots that turn into good shots that turn into bad shots.
Yes.
What's left?
And some really great shots, too.
Are we looking for a snowman? Is that what's going to conclude this game?
Maybe a spin delivery or something. I mean, the nice thing about this game, and it's not obviously what their goal was, but neither of the teams really have much pressure on them.
Yeah.
So they're out there playing because they love the game and they have a good time and get another win under their belt. So
over on 3, Hodek set up a pair of center guards, and it looks like they're going to try and steal here in the 8th end.
So, Stephen, we have a question from Adam Kitchens for the skip extraordinaire of our panel here. If you had the option, would you blank or take one this end if you were Ely?
Oh, absolutely take one.
Take one in the 8th.
Yep.
Go up one playing the 9th.
Absolutely.
That's your answer, Adam.
I'd take 2.
The answer to your question is an 8-ender. That's what I would take, yeah.
That would be quite nice. Game would stop, cameras would come out.
If you blank, then you really need a blank in the 9th. Or a deuce. But you need a deuce eventually, anyway. I don't know.
Oh, or steal.
And if you give up one and then give up a deuce, which is, I mean, if you take one in the 8th and then give up, if you were to give up a deuce in the 9th without hammer, which is possible, you're still coming home down one with. Not the end of the world.
Ely's looking for some weight.
Hodek over on 3. His 3rd stone just missed, and Dunham's in good shape to avoid that steal now.
A long line of guards here.
We're going to hit them all. Here we go.
Boom.
1, 2.
Oh, only 2. Well,
Nice
let's
double
build out 2
peel, though.
guards.
Yeah. Left her own, but nice shot nonetheless. Abby's been asked to throw a lot of peels this game.
Get it all the way up there. All the way up there. Right up to it.
So Sweet is one of the top 8-foot buried very nicely. Except there looks like this little combo shot there, that red, yellow, red. But
I believe she needs a center guard to protect that.
that or she might be coming in. Usually you got to get a stone in the 4 foot to be comfortable with the steal. In the 8 foot is just not close enough because the skip can outdraw it. But now it's a guard.
Yeah, she's mostly covering that.
A little wide, but it's a guard nonetheless. Anything up there is going to be helpful for Sweet right now. Looks like Eli's going to try to play the hole. And see if they can make this double run back. That's close.
Looks good.
Very nice. Bang, bang, bang. Nice shot by Abby Morrison.
There's a mess of traffic out front. If she can draw in behind it, then she's looking good again.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to draw, but it looks like she's going to come up short. Crash on the guard.
That's guard number 5.
So one of those is counting. Well,
Yeah.
fighting.
Technically, they're all guards, even the one in the top 12 foot with them on a crow again. Would you peel, Steven, or what would you do here?
I mean, at this point, I'd probably draw around, secure number 2. Because it's going to be tough to get in there either way. Not necessarily tough, but
So you say draw around?
yeah, I like beating them to the 4 foot at this point.
You know, there's a great argument for coming around the whole thing, but if they ever were to get shot and you had all those guards up, you'd be in trouble.
Absolutely.
You know, so it depends on where in the end you are for sure. This is Vice's first, still 4 rocks. The thing is, though, is that there are so many guards. It's really not practical to move them all.
That's my reason.
Right,
behind
so-
it.
She's trying to move. She's
You
just
can
trying to peel that
You
one.
can move 1 or 2, but
Right.
there's still going to be stuff in the middle.
Exactly, and so unless you come up with like a pentuple peel, like it may just not be worth trying to get around it. But yeah, interesting though. I'm not sure there's any draw to the button right now. Definitely a draw to the 4 foot, but the way those guards are, there's
Yeah,
no way to get
it's
to the
not
button.
curling enough to get all the way to the button without something crazy.
Yeah.
Podek is making life difficult for Dunham over on sheet 3, and has interesting setup
Nice end
there.
setup, yeah.
With Skip's rocks to come.
The Dunham hammer,
Yeah.
but no guards in play, and only one lone Dunham stone right now. Anyway, sitting on the button, and a yellow stone right in front of it. So Corey Tomlinson's stone just goes through the back of the house, and Eli's left with the decision of if she wants to keep clearing the guards, and it looks like that's what they want to do. Steven is making a visual indication that he doesn't like that call. Steven's a fan of draw. Steven's always been a draw master, though. Big fan of the draw game. And Hannah Ely is traditionally her team's been a hit team. But so maybe a little bit of a disconnect there for sure. But anyway, we have a peel coming down the sheet right now. Looks inside. Well, straight peel worked.
Well, that certainly opens up the draw.
Yes, it opens up the draw for Shelby Sweet, which is, I think, why Steven didn't like that. But it's all about increasing the level of difficulty for your opponent. That's what it's all about. You know, you can leave him shots. You have to leave him shots. That's the nature of the game. You just have to make those shots harder than the shots you have. And if you do that, you're going to come out on top. A nice draw around this, and nice shot from Shelby here, and they're going to be looking good for a steal. Because there's no way to run those yellows that I can see.
No, not with one stone.
Maybe the double run, but a little crazy.
You could. It would be hard. This.
It's a curl. Nice weight, though. Really nice weight.
It's pretty exposed. I mean, she could hit that and roll in behind that guard pack.
That'd be nice, yeah. Emily's first of the 8th end. This all-important 8th end. It'll be a hit and roll. A nice shot made here, and Eli's going to be looking good. Oh, me. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Dorothy. Derek Corbett. Very nice shot from Emily Walker. Very nice.
shot.
A little bit of a roll, yeah. She's
Been throwing great all week. It doesn't really hurt.
3/4 buried under there.
Yeah, it doesn't really hurt to leave a little bit because they can't hit it and remain behind the guards. You can show them a little bit of it.
You could draw onto it.
She could freeze to it for sure, yeah. Nice shot by Emily, though.
Take a quick peek over at sheet 3. So, this is Hodek's last shot here. And Dunham has the hammer. So Hodek's really going for a steal here if he can. And he's going to call timeout. I think.
It looked like that was a timeout call, but it doesn't appear that they are.
Maybe he was saying T-line? That's a bad way to say T-line.
Yeah.
In a tournament with timeouts.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to hit that Yellowstone hard and push the red out behind it.
Is it?
Just gotta hit the yellow.
Third place, right? No matter what.
If it gets that far. Yeah.
Doesn't quite get it. So Dunham's going to wind up with a hit and spill for... Oof. That's dangerous.
Dunham's going to be drawing the pin, right?
Yep.
For 2. Yeah.
Dunham's
Yeah,
looking
yeah.
for full 4.
Draw the corner of the pin. Yeah. Yeah, full 4, right?
Yeah, I think they were briefly looking at the hit and then decided that it was
No, yeah.
actually not smart.
He's made this shot before, so Emily's currently throwing her final rock on sheet 2.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
a draw for 3.
draw for 3, yeah. And it's they're not sweeping it.
Looks a little bit heavy. So I think it's going to just stick.
It's gonna stop.
I think it's okay.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Nope.
Nope, she
It slides
flashes
right
it,
through.
so,
Proving
Ely
us to be
takes
liars.
2.
Ely only takes 2. Unfortunate after a really nice first shot by Emily.
So here comes the draw for Dunham. And it looks pretty good.
Nice shot.
Ooh, that's close. I think red is still 2.
It's gonna be close.
Got it.
They might measure.
Sure is quick ice out there.
I didn't see what they decided. But they'll post it momentarily.
Dunham scores 1.
Dunham scores 1. Wow, that's a good hold by Hodek. So that brings them into the 10th end, down 3, which is tough but possible.
Oh, it is definitely possible. That reminds me of a particular game in Bemidji, Minnesota, when my brother and I were playing together. Was that against you?
No.
It happened a couple times, but yeah. There were a couple games that didn't go quite the right way, but we were up 3 playing the last without, and gave up a 3-ender and lost it in the extra end. It happens.
So we're going back to sheet 2, where Ely has taken a 9-7 lead going into the 9th end.
This is what we call search and destroy. Hit everything. And don't put up guards.
Looks like a center line guard.
It's a interesting call.
It means they're going for the steal.
This Shelby would never hit, right? If they went in. Excuse me. So that's why I would think that it would be okay to go in with that shot. But
So we'll keep you posted as to what's going on sheet 1 between Dunham and Hodek. Dunham's first stone is a very, very close centerline guard.
with the 5 rock free guard zone rule, 3 with hammer would be a definite possibility.
I would enjoy that rule.
You're a fan?
Yeah. At the high end, it's just too easy to knock everything out. But I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon.
I'm sorry, Brandon. I thought it was a relevant thing to discuss, but yeah, not the best memories from Bemidji. Those particular games, but that's curling for you.
And then Dunham peels their own guard. That was interesting. They went to all the trouble of putting it there, and then they destroyed it.
It could have been a peel of shame.
I think it might have been.
It could have been, yeah. I'm trying to think if I threw any peels of shame last year. Steven might remember. It might have happened.
So it looks like Hodek's going to get a good pair of high center guards up there.
So Shelby Sweet needs a deuce and a steal. That's probably the best way to go about this right now. So they have their corner guard up, and they just came behind it, ignoring Ely's stones in the center. Another really great 4 stones from the leads. Really great setting up these ends. And Abby is going to try to come around the corner guard and hit it. I think we saw this happen once already. Nice shot, removing the stone behind the corner guard and now having 2 in the front of the house. Sort of. And a long center guard.
So Dunham just managed to clean out both of Hodek's guards, so he's in pretty big trouble now. Totally blank house and field with 5 stones left for him. 6 stones left.
Now it's search and destroy on sheet 3.
Yeah.
Target practice, as I like to say. Hit and roll attempt here from Team Sweep
Looks like she might miss.
from Nicole Orvik. Just ticks it over.
Oh, that's trouble. Now Ely's got a chance to build up a pack.
Or Peel. I doubt that's going to happen, but yeah, you know.
Do you know what this call is?
I think they're drawing on top of the pack.
It's not enough ice for the draw, though, is it?
No, it's not.
Maybe it's a guard?
Could be a tap. They could be guarding that hole, yeah.
It's possible. It's not a bad call.
Nope, you're going to go for it, go for it.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you may as well go all out for the steal.
Right. Right.
Either that or start peeling. That's a good shot.
That's not a bad shot at all, yeah. Nice, separated center guards. Shelby Sweet's going to have to go deal with them. And that's the plan. You could probably get a double here, and a double peel. I'd run one of the yellows back into the 2 on the 4-foot and make a nice, make some stones go right here.
Yep, Dunham cleared out another stone for Hodek, so he's down to 5 rocks. And his latest rock looks like it's going to come up shy.
Look at this. Very nice from Nicole Orvik.
Wow, that was a nice hit.
That was a great shot.
Cleaning up the middle.
He's got 2 corner guards, and everything is open. That's exactly what she wanted there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, no matter what Ely does here, whichever rock she decides to guard, there's going to be an open hit and roll for not necessarily to count, but to be sitting well behind guard.
Yep, and sitting second shot at this point is okay if it's behind a guard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Then it's all about that shot stone, and if you get shot on your last, then you get your deuce.
Another Hodek shot cleared out, 4 stones left. They're just running out of stones over there. I don't see them in a position to make this 3 happen.
You can draw buried behind the red stone. There's a stone in the top 12-foot on the Hodek rink that they're trying to draw behind. And people don't often think of stones in the house as being guards, but they are. They definitely can be, especially on ice this swingy.
Stones in the house can be like the best guards.
Right, very good, yeah. So it's definitely unlikely, but, well, it looks like a freeze.
On top of it instead. You don't
bad
often see the
either.
freeze to the top 12, but there it is.
There's the one, yep. Corey Tomlinson with her first. Trying to hit and roll.
Looks like she's going to roll out there. That might stick.
Oh, that red did just barely stick
Wow,
around.
that's not bad.
That's a good place for it.
That's might be worth hitting. I don't know.
I'd say it's absolutely worth it.
Yeah.
And Dunham does clear out that yellow stone. So Hodek down to their last 3. What is the shot?
I think this shot's just a guard.
A guard, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I still like throwing that other handle. If it's heavy, you come right in on top of your yellow.
Yep.
I don't know. Guard's a good shot, though. Guards are tough with this much curl. Right?
And it looks like
The horizontal placement of the stone is...
that's going to do it over on sheet 3. Dunham defeats Hodek 7-3.
So that's your second seed team after round robin.
So it's going to be a Dunham Dropkin game in the 1-2, and we're going to have a single tiebreaker game, thankfully, at 4 o'clock between Wright and Stube to see who faces the Vukic team.
Stupid. That's a pretty good guard.
Yeah, not much of a hole there. Definitely important for Shelby to hit these. You could squeeze through them too, get the double and roll through it.
That's true.
There's enough space there, so maybe something to think about if you're Shelby Sweet. But you really just got to move some guards. I'll bet you there's actually a triple. Kill the 2 guards and hit the one off the but that's obviously
Oh, it's definitely there.
definitely there. It's just God knows where you'd have to hit it to actually make that shot.
However, this looks like it's going to hit and replace the center guard.
Yeah, a little hit and roll. It's her stone now.
Yeah, it's not. So that's actually
Better.
much better.
It's
yeah.
better, definitely.
Much better for Sweet.
Not ideal, but definitely better.
So over on sheet 1, Fowler picked up 1 in the 9th and is headed home down 3 without the hammer. So she's got a tall order to steal 3 to pull that game out.
I think they have to do this. Nah, Ely is kind of guarding for their lives now. They've decided that stone on the forefort is going to be their counter, and for now anyway, they're guarding. Emily Walker's first of the 9th end. That looks narrow.
Yes, it does.
Narrow and heavy.
Lights. A little bit.
She might get the split over to cover herself a little bit more.
Covers up a touch more.
I think that hit and roll is there now behind the guard. They're not doing it. What are they looking at?
I think they're looking at the promote now.
Maybe. Sweet has kind of likes to look at the house from the throwing end when she's about to throw.
They're
Timeout.
calling timeout, so
Coaching
It's an important
interaction. Say that again, Steven?
I was gonna say, a person like just coming around with control weight. If you nick the guard, you open it up.
Right? Yeah, I think that's a good call. And if you can hit that and roll behind your quarter guard, you're sitting 2.
Yeah.
There's no draw, right? Because that hole's not big enough to draw through with an intern.
yeah, that draw would be.
You could tap. That's all Ely has if you make that hit and roll.
And I mean the
Or
control
the draw,
weight.
all the outturn draw too, but it wouldn't be towards the forefoot. Go ahead, what?
Even the control weight hit is tough through that port.
Because of the mount at current, yeah.
It's a very narrow port.
Yeah, it's not staggered the right way around.
So the promote might be their best shot.
It's true.
Pretty long promote.
If you miss the promote though, you're opening the middle, right? You want
Well-
you play it so that you don't, so that if you don't
Yeah.
make the promote, then you roll off.
Exactly.
So that's definitely an option,
You give it enough weight, yeah.
right? You wouldn't want to mess with the weight too much. You want to throw enough to make sure you clear something out of the middle.
The only worry for me would be if you hit it on the outside, you might accidentally wick your own in the
Get
back.
your own in the back. True.
It's kind of like shooting
That'd
yourself in the
be-
foot.
You're doing it.
Oh, and Sarah gets a nice double peel and roll through the house. That was clutch for them.
So it looks
Yeah.
like,
She
Anderson's
actually
gonna.
just did the shot that we were talking about.
Right through the hole.
Yeah.
What happened in the 6th end, Brandon?
You mean a 6-point end? Or was 6 the disaster?
Six was the live stream went down, so that might.
Oh yeah, 6 was the disaster shot.
And
And turned out to be nothing.
And she had a shot for 6, and Emily had a shot around the center guard sort of to score 5.
Oh, here comes the shot.
Okay, here's your run back from Shelby Sweet. And
That's hanging out there. That's hanging out there a lot.
you might get your little jab in the back, Steven.
Yeah, this might.
No.
Maybe.
Nope.
Wow.
Well, it was a
Spill all the way out? It does.
double peel, but they left themselves there.
Well,
so.
she opens up the hit a
Port
little
is
bit.
more open now.
Yep.
Looks like they're just going to guard it.
these.
The 6-pointer, which actually should have been a 7, is what they're asking about. They're asking about the second end.
Yeah, there have been a lot of ends with a lot of stones in play. Shelby Sweet is playing very offensively, always putting up the center guard without hammer, and ignoring Ely stones, even when they were really accumulating. And because Ely never really got rid of the center guard, Shelby Sweet always had that chance, and so she always was drawing around that center guard to try to steal. And in that end, it didn't work.
Yeah, she wound up with a couple of missed draws that just were easy enough to push out and stick.
It kept ticking off, and
it was 4, and then it was 5, and then it was 6, and it was very nearly 7.
The moral of the story is very, very aggressive play from Shelby Sweet. And it's actually been working really well, except for the second end.
So this guard is hanging out there wide, and I don't know if it's going to get back far enough to be relevant.
Yeah.
Oh, it's coming over.
They should be sweeping that now, I feel like.
Yep.
Not bad.
Gets a tiny bit more cover on that yellow, but I think her best shot's going to be a
very
direct,
much so there.
Yep. And
direct control weight take or so.
This is a shot to score 2 and tie it up coming home. So this is what Shelby needs. And she has it, so. That's unfortunate. Those guards are really tough. You know, as a skip, usually you say, I want to be throwing the guard, like that, but they're hard, you know, when you have to guard a stone, especially on ice that swings this much. So usually, correct me if I'm wrong, but usually the typical miss is over curling on guards.
Yeah.
But either way, they're tough.
Here she comes.
Tough shots. Hanging a little bit. See if it comes over. There it comes. Oh, it's gonna be real close.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
Beautiful shot.
She gets her
Barely
too.
pulled that out.
Very nice. That was not paper between that.
That was a
no
seeing
error.
eye hit.
It's a very nice shot by Shelby. Trust in the ice.
So tied coming home in the 10th.
Yep. Should be an interesting end with the way these two teams have been playing. Shelby is going to have to go very offensive, obviously for the steal in the 10th to win. And, well, it'll be interesting to see what Ely decides to do.
I think the main question is whether they play it open or closed.
Ely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well,
There are people lined
I
up.
have a feeling they're going to work with the guards that Shelby puts up.
it'll be interesting to see.
Go either way.
So Anderson Fowler is final. Anderson wins going into their 3-4 match, I believe, on the women's side.
Anderson, yes.
So
Yep.
it's a good
No
good way
tiebreakers
to
on
end the round robin.
No tiebreakers on the women's side.
Yes, we dodged a bullet there.
I personally love tiebreakers.
Well,
Me
tiebreakers,
too.
tiebreakers
I
are
like
great.
them. I'm into it.
It would have been great to have a 2-round tiebreaker if we hadn't lost a draw.
That's fair.
That's true. Yeah.
That's the only reason that.
Let's be clear,
yeah.
Stephen. You don't like being in tiebreakers.
I like watching.
You want to be above the tiebreakers, but when you're here watching, enjoying some great curling,
Exactly.
the more the merrier.
Yeah, let's do that. We have Tim and Fred. Okay. Fred knows
I don't know that.
I'll talk to Tim.
Yeah, yeah.
But he said he's
I like the production.
It's fantastic.
All right, well, typical. We have our very nicely made center guard. Usually you want to keep that center guard away from the middle of the guard range, the guardal expanse, as I like to call it, so that you can get a lot of separation and make the double peel harder for the hammer team. But still, a lovely shot right in the center line.
It's a great shot.
That's a beautiful draw
And
right
a-
behind that guard.
Beautiful
Really
draw to follow.
is.
Really, I've said it's my third time saying it now. The leads are having a great game.
Yep.
Really setting the ends up fun for us to watch and for their back ends to work with. So, nice shooting. The level of play and the interest of the game is so much increased when the leads are making their shots.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
So it makes for more interesting ends.
I promise I'm not biased.
I mean, I'm biased. I'm the skip. Lead's probably the most important position on the team, in my opinion. If you don't have someone to set up the game, you're good. You're not going to do that well.
It's that old thing that leads can't win the game, but they can lose the game.
Absolutely.
And they sweep. Must not forget the sweeping, which is,
It's crucial.
in my opinion, the best part of the game of curling is sweeping.
I like yelling at people trying to have them sweep.
That's Steven's favorite part of the game.
He does his coaching from the back. It's not practice. Yeah.
And a nice freeze, a little bit outside, and not quite on the top of the yellow, but still a very nice shot. Would you have frozen, Steven, or would you put up another guard?
I would have put up another guard.
Interesting. This looks like a tick.
It's going to wind up... Well, that's going to wide open... Yeah, that was a big tick.
Did you call it a tick? Yes. Ely loves ticks, and Becky is very good at making them. It's really an underused shot, I think. Maybe for reasons, I don't know, but definitely an interesting way to approach hammer strategy is that tick shot.
Oh, it's a great shot with the hammer.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's like she's coming in here to push that Yellowstone out.
Nice, aggressive. You can't hit that yellow, you just gotta tap it.
She's not getting
This will
enough
work
on
too.
it.
It's going to
Yeah.
bounce off the red onto the yellow.
Nice shot. This is that yellow stone on the top of the button is looking kind of lonely.
It's getting very dangerous for you.
Yep. So do you peel or do you play something in the house? I hit. I assume you hit in this case. The question is what? I wouldn't mind hitting that red and seeing if you can spill everything. That or you could try to run this yellow and roll off. That's a nice call too. Or just straight peel for sure is obviously an option up here. So
I actually kind of like this shot.
It looks like she going for the run back or the peel?
probably the run back, but this peel's definitely.
Looks like it's going to wind up being a peel, so she's not going to hit.
That
And now she's back on the center line.
it's interesting that they didn't sweep that. I'll just say that. Hannah does this interesting thing where she'll call the peel up at the stone that she's trying to peel, and then she'll turn around and walk back into the back of the house while the stone's coming down the sheet, and then turn back and call the rest of it. And a little insider thing, I've actually given her a hard time about that before during practice, but it's how she calls. So it's interesting.
What? Stone's gonna...
It's a little bit heavy.
Yeah, it's gonna knock her own away and give that yellow backing.
Yeah,
I don't think that was a good result at all.
Yeah, that was lucky for Ely and unlucky for Sweet.
Incredibly lucky for Ely.
So Ely's in much better position now.
Yeah, things were setting up really nicely for Shelby, and they're still actually really not that bad.
Yeah.
They were looking really bad for Ely and really great for Shelby. Now things are kind of in the middle. We'll see. Could go both ways. Still think you should peel. Because they're going to put the guard back up. You peel guard, peel guard, peel guard, and eventually they're going to have to play something, and that one's going to be hard to get rid of because of the backing, even with no guards.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think she's gonna have to start throwing at it.
To get rid of it, yeah. So
Yeah.
I think the peels. That's what I would do, but they are shot. So Abby Morrison's second stone,
That's gonna come all the way into the house.
last one of her nationals career right here. Abby is aging out. And unless they blank the end,
Oh, no, stays out.
that is it for Abby and throwing in junior curling. That's it.
It was a good guard.
It's a very good guard.
It's a tear.
It's a crying guard.
A nice shot, a well-made shot.
So it looks like Shelby is going to go here to try and push that yellow out somewhere that is not there.
Yeah, that the pick on that yellow on the button is definitely Larry Adam,
Oh, absolutely.
and that would be trouble for Ely. I mean, we've seen this happen many times, throwing up guards when you have hammer, and it's just
This looks kind of light. She's going to crash on the guard.
uh-oh. Right? Still not the end of the world.
Just makes that pick a little more difficult. Not pick, but tick on the yellow, I mean. I think they ought to just guard it up. Make life as difficult as possible.
Is Hannah eating out? No. Why did I ask him? Of course, yeah.
And Ely calls a
Emily's
timeout.
Hannah has one more year?
She's 19.
So 2 more years. And Becky? Even younger. Oh no, Becky is 1?
Yeah, Ely wants some help from the coach.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, bro.
Hannah. Yes, Dorothy, yeah, exactly. Hannah has 2 more years, and I believe Becky has 2 more years as well.
At least.
But Emily and Abby are now on the women's market.
Yeah, and Emily's got 2 more stones.
And Emily has 2 more stones, that's right. I am jumping the gun. Emily is not on the women's market yet.
Well, there's still the chance for a measure blank.
You're right.
That's what we haven't seen in
True.
this astounding game.
That's true.
Actually, well, yeah, that's true. We haven't
Earlier
seen
this
We've seen
week,
everything
earlier
else.
this
There
week,
was one earlier.
there was a measure for a second point that was a tie. The head official, I talked to him about it. He said it was a tie, which, I mean, that's more rare than an 8-ender, really. That does not happen very often, so you never know.
Not at the high level. I mean, sometimes when we're playing casual league games, we just don't feel like getting that
Oh, is that right?
that fifth degree of precision. Be like, you know what, whatever. It's a blank. People need to get to their beer.
Dorothy. They are putting themselves on the market for women's curling, so
Here it comes, and I'm not sure what the call is.
so
Looks a little inside.
Looks like a guard, yeah.
yeah.
That's probably the smart call.
Well, I don't. The ideal situation is not to have to be guarding right now,
Ideally, you
Yeah.
just want an open draw for the
Right.
forefoot.
but they've
But
decided
she
to
needs
play
protect,
this way.
ooh, that went over a lot. I think the hit's still there.
Yep.
Yeah, that needed to guard more of that hole. Well,
If they make this, life is very difficult for the Ely team.
I don't remember that Briar final, but semifinal. But apparently,
sweepers are on this hard. They got to keep it off that center guard.
Yeah, I think
Looks
she's already
like
on it.
they're on it.
they've got to keep it
Nope.
off the red
Yes.
too, even if they buy the
Double
center.
tick. Yeah.
Oh,
Actually,
Yep.
that opens it up for them. Like, quite a bit.
I think that Ely's probably going to throw that guard again, and
I thought you already threw 2 rocks. I honestly do.
Hang in there.
as long as he doesn't throw 3 stones. One of the most surreal experiences of my curling career so far.
Throwing 3 rocks and not having anyone know that it happened.
That was weird.
Going for the guard again. Looks a touch bit heavy.
Line
According to
wise, it looks
Walker.
much better though.
Dorothy says hi.
Looks like it's over curling a little.
And that guard came all the way over.
Again, with the overcurling guards. Easy to do that.
They must be
So-
close on time because they were rushing to get off to the sides of the ice.
So yeah, while we get a chance, we'll just give another quick near the end of game shout out to our sponsors: Dunkin' Donuts of Lexington, Whole Foods of Wayland, and Brooms Up Curling Supplies.
We thank you.
For the donuts, they were delicious.
The donuts were delicious.
Delectable.
They
A
were
finer donut I've never seen.
they were like melt in your mouth kind of donuts. There was something.
So here comes
Awfully
the
good
the
about
bid
them.
for the take, which again looks wide. It's got a long way to curl.
It looks pretty close.
Oh, it might just sneak
This is
by.
another Shelby Sweet special. Oh my
Oh!
goodness.
But it was too good.
No way.
But it was too good.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
That's a tough shot with the amount of
that's-
curl.
That is a really tough shot.
I feel like I would have thrown a lot more weight. But wow, unlucky. So
Well,
not over yet. And
she still has that tap back.
there's the tap for sure.
Or the loaded raise.
Do you think it's loaded?
The loaded, it is. It's there.
I don't know if it would hit the top 4 rock, red rock straight back, but something to look at.
Might be there. Red. If you nose that middle red on the outside there,
Yeah, it might be there.
you may have to actually. It might drag a little. I don't know.
It's true.
You'd have to hit the top of the red on the forefoot. So
Yeah.
And it looks like another guard.
this is nice though. This is the right amount
This
of
looks
ice.
better.
Yeah, this is gonna curl over and be really nice.
All right, great shot.
Yeah, there. Now it's closed up.
Very nice again from Emily. Having a great week here.
So the question is the tap back from the other side in play? That'd be really tight.
Through the hole.
Or the raise
Yeah.
on that yellow.
I think there are 3 options. Stephen, what do you think? So there's that run back we were talking about on the outside. Those 2 loaded stones.
Yep.
There's the yellow red combination tap, which is an option but challenging, and then maybe the hole with the amount of curl we're getting. Maybe, I don't know.
You can also run the yellow straight back.
The
on
yellow,
red.
absolutely. That's definitely another option to think about. Or even the double run right on the center line.
I mean, if you're not certain about the
That's a makeable
loaded
shot.
tap, yeah, I think they're going for the yellow.
Going for the yellow red combo.
Yep, they're gonna go for.
There's 2 ways to make the shot too. You can hit it basically nose and
clear
pick
both
out
the
the
yellows.
yellow.
I'm
out.
not
Yeah.
sure they looked at the. Yes, absolutely. I'm not sure
Yeah,
they.
but if they nose it, that back yellow is gonna jam onto the red.
Still might roll.
It still
though.
might roll out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they saw. They didn't indicate that they saw that loaded
Yeah,
shot.
I don't think they saw it.
I don't know if they see it or not, and
I really want to just try it.
Run
Personally.
out there.
I can't say I'm convinced it's there.
I'm not either.
I don't think it hits the red in the right place. But anyway, this is what they've done, and here it
Well,
comes.
let's see. This has a decent amount of weight.
Just close. They're on and off it. That's what you like to see.
It's about the
A
right
little bit
angle.
outside.
If they
Oh,
go
it's
for
gonna
the
be
yellow
close.
red. Oh boy!
Oh, it just misses.
Very,
And,
very good try by Shelby. Nice shooting.
so
She's
Ely's
doing
Healy's
well.
gonna escape
Exciting game.
one. So that concludes our final round robin round robin draw for the junior nationals. We'll be back at 4 o'clock with the tiebreaker game between the Wright and Stubby teams. So we'll see you at 4.
Emily doesn't get her last shot. That's right. And they're hugging on the ice.
Aww.
The Ely doesn't seem to want to participate. Emily's last shot has been. So, the Ely team wanted to thank Dorothy for the delivery. Dorothy, thank you. And we'll see you. Are they on still or not? Is the audio still on?
Yes.
And we'll see you at what?
At 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock
For
for
the
the tiebreaker game.